Okay, so I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me everything that you hate about men.
Everything. Oh, okay.
Okay. So, are you a virgin?
Can I tell them my name?
I have your first clip.
Oh, okay. You didn't even ask for my name first.
Can I get dinner, bitch? All right. Hey, Ricka. Interview number 2. So, today, basically, we're going to be talking about sex.
Okay.
So, to start off, are you a virgin?
No. I said that. No, I'm not. Everything I hate about men, and I'm just embarrassed that this is a long list. I probably honestly should have written it all down throughout the years of what I've learned. So starting from little things. Okay, actually no, let's start here. Let's strategize. So if I'm talking to a guy, yeah, let's start there. There's so many things you can do that will piss me off. However, since I feel like the talking stage, especially the beginning, is so fragile, I can't just spaz over everything. But I just know that if I just felt free to spaz on everything without consequence, I'd probably be snapping every single day. Why? Because I feel like if we're talking, if you start something consistently, and I mean 3 days or more, just like a Snapchat streak, 3 days or plus, that means there's some form of consistency. You must continue it. Like, don't let something carry on for 3 days and then not continue. So this is what I will say. If you say good morning 3 days straight and day 4 you don't, I'm think there's a problem. I'm going to assume that there's an issue, and I'm going to ask you what's wrong. Now, when I ask you what's wrong, what you're not going to do, nothing's wrong. What you mean nothing's wrong? I'm not different. I hate that, because there is something different, and I always end up right. And that's another thing that pisses me off. I'm actually right 98% of the time. And when I'm wrong, it's 50% wrong. I'm like wrong-ish. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I'm always right, because I probably 9 times out of 10, I talked about it with my mom, and she's always right. This was fall semester of junior year in high school. 17? I think I was 17. So, there was this guy that I got hooked up with from my best friend from sophomore year. Yeah, we just were talking, not really. I don't know what it was really. I was young. I was 16 and he was almost 20. Wow. He had just graduated. So when I was a sophomore, he had just graduated from high school. So this was all during the summer. Yeah, so he was 16. I was 16. He was 19.
Hold it in that middle. Okay.
And then, yeah, that was like the first person I actually like did things with, kind of, but not sex at first. And then, yeah, we stopped talking. And then he had the next summer, I think. No. Okay, fast track to junior year in the fall. He had hit me up to like hang out again, and I was just like bored. I was really, really bored. And I was just like, I don't know, to me, like, virginity's never really been a big deal, like, at all.
Okay.
I just think that's like, I feel like I was just doing it just to do it, because I heard stories, I knew it was gonna hurt the first time, and I was just like, I don't even want to go through that with someone that I actually like, if that makes sense. I was like, so it'll hurt one time with someone I don't care about.
Oh, you're so smart.
Yeah,
this is a whole different.
I don't care about at all. And then I'm gonna just like have fun, or like, you know, try to learn how to have sex with someone that I actually like. So we get to making plans about like when we're gonna hang out, and I tell him like, okay, I want to have sex. Like, obviously I've done stuff with you in the past. Like, we know each other kind of, like, sexually. We know each other kind of, and let's try it. And he was like, okay, cool. So he picks me up in his car, and then first red flag.
he was like, what did he say? He was like, did you eat already? And then I was like, no, I haven't. Or, yeah, I did. And he was, oh, I think I said I did eat. And then he was like, what'd you bring for me? And then I thought it was like a joke. But it was like, I was like, and then he was not laughing. He was really expecting. For real.
Oh, God. Tell me about your first time. Project.
My very first time having sex, it was my very first boyfriend.
When?
9th grade. Like, beginning of 9th grade year. I mean, obviously at that time, I was like, oh my God. But now I'm like, I want to do that nigga. You know? Kind of like, shit.
But you were happy at the time.
Oh, yeah, I was happy at the time, definitely. But now looking back, it's kind of like, you know, it's like whatever. You had to learn somehow.
How'd it happen?
Oh, we were like, just always like talking about it and stuff. And then, cause he lived around the corner from my father's, and so like I would just take but I wasn't going to my father's house after school, just cause like I wasn't getting along with my stepmom and everything. So my aunt would pick me up from like my friend's house after school. So I would just go to his house, and like we would hang out and stuff. And then one day, like it just happened, kind of. So yeah, I hate ignoring. That's actually one of my biggest pet peeves. Anybody who's spoken to me, like if we've ever talked, if I could say that we've talked, I've told you that I hate being ignored. The reason that's just such a big problem for me, it's like a tick. It's like you just turned on a button, and I just can't. Not knowing is just not something I do, because me, like Gary L, I actually like having a lot of control over my life. Like I'm not a controlling person. Like I don't need to control your actions. I don't need to. You don't have to ask me permission. Obviously, I'm not nobody's mom. However, I like having control over my life. And if you're an active part in my life, I need to like have. Come on, man. I need to have some like form of like consistency. So if you're talking to me every day and then you ignore me for like a whole day and you don't tell me like why, you don't give me no reason, that's a problem, and I will go crazy. And that's why. And this is the talking stage we're talking about. So I'm gonna feel like I can't spaz on you. I'm gonna feel like I can't be like, bro, what the fuck you ignored me all day for? Like, what's your problem? Are you good? Like, if there's beef, let me know. Like, I'm gonna think something's wrong. I'm always gonna think the worst, especially in that case. Don't ignore me. That's a horrible pet peeve. I don't lie. However, this is what I will say. If you are gonna lie, I'm gonna beg that you're a good liar. I can't do a half-ass lie. If you make it easy for me to like pick up on the lie, now I'm gonna be mad for real, cause you ain't even try. So I know you don't give a fuck about me. Like you don't care at all, cause you ain't even try to cover it up. You said, I said, where you was at today? You said I was in the library like an hour ago, but you posted on Snapchat you was at the mall. Come on, man. Now that's way too easy. I only have to go to one social media site to figure it out. Come on, you don't care. So that's in the talking stage. What else?
Yeah, so that happens, and then he was like, you still like cute as ever, complimenting me. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have sex. Like this weird pre-sex banter. So, and I was just like, okay, thanks. We were just talking, like we had a regular conversation, and he brings up one of my best friends. Shout out to Shay. Yeah, so he was like, oh, like, you and that Shay girl real cool. That white girl real cool. And then
Okay.
Bye.
Alright.
Nice meeting y'all.
bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
Okay.
David? Yeah,
I shouted you out. I shouted you out. What you didn't even. Go ahead.
Okay. So we're still in the car, and he asked about one of my best friends at the time. She's this white girl, and he was like, okay, so what's up with that white girl? Like, what's up with your friend? Like, you friends with her? Like, I've seen her around. Cause like, okay, the Bay is, everybody knows each other. If you're from the Bay, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows each other. everybody has talked, or everybody, oh, I tried to talk to her, all that. So he was like, what's up with that white girl? Like, that's your friend now? Like, I see y'all hanging out. And I'm like, yeah, like, we mad cool, da-da-da-da-da. We just started getting close. And he was like, yeah, she seems real cool. That's a pretty girl. Like, pretty girls stick together. Da-da-da. Like, just corny, corny. Whatever. So we get to his apartment, and he takes me in, and he like excuses his mess, you know, regular boy things.
Well, you better clean the fuck up.
You know, we get down, and we're just like, we're not even really talking anymore, cause like, okay, you know I'm here.
Yeah, like the pleasantries
let's get it over with. This story sucks because this is like the first guy that I got naked for, I guess, and that's pretty intimate to me. If you're like
absolutely
naked in front of somebody, you have no clothes. So yeah.
Okay, at this point it's a habit, but go on. I can't even feel sorry for you guys no more.
Yeah, what's going on?
You want to be an ashtray so bad.
What's going on?
And letting out all this money.
Like a loser. Like, I'm sorry. This is bad.
It's bad?
No, I'm just saying, like, am I being bad? Like,
no, just go into more detail.
Oh, because we would just always, like I said, we would just always talk about it, and then like sometimes we would just hang out, just kiss and stuff, but it would never escalate. And like, I mean, like just one afternoon, literally, like it just happened. Like I was like finally like gung ho, like I'm doing this. This is me. I'm grown up.
How did you feel after?
After I was like, oh, like, you know, like this is my boyfriend, like it's just like literally like, oh, this is my boyfriend, we found, like this is us, like we're in it for real. I went all along, like that's really just all he wanted.
Oh, y'all weren't together after that?
No, like it would be on and off, and like he'll literally tell me sweet shit for me to like come over and want to hang out, and obviously it would just lead to more sex, and then like right after he'll be like, oh, I don't think it's working out, blah blah blah, and it was just like that continuously on and on and on. Yeah.
What made you stay?
Like when I decided to stay with him.
Like
I at that time, like during that part of my life, like I just always just wanted to be with him type thing. So every time like he would try and talk to me, like I would take him back. It wasn't until like my sophomore year I was like, you know what, like you can have that type thing. And then I would be calling the shots, you know, like when I feel like talking, when I feel like doing it. I mean, obviously he was on board, but and the messed up part about it is I knew he was like going out with like other people, but he would basically like what he did to me, he basically did to them. And I thought like, oh, this nigga never gonna leave me, but obviously not. If you like giving it up, of course, like who wouldn't turn down sex? Everything that a guy could do that will bother me, you need to like niggas really need to take it into perspective. When I say bother me, it's not like I'm rolling my eyes, like I am truly bothered, like I am affected. Now I'm thinking about it, so now you have distracted me, and I mean nobody should ever like have that control or power over me. And then like every girl know this, like a nigga gonna do what he want to do at the end of the day. I actually hate that. I hate that so much, and I wish like I know me, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, but I'm single. Like I'm single, not really taking people seriously for real. Like nobody's like cuffed me, so like I'm gonna do what I want to do now. But I know like if/when like I get in a relationship, I'm not. That's not how it's gonna work. That's how I am. I'm going to always put what he wants into consideration. It's not going to be like what I'm going to do whatever I want to do because this is going to make me happy. And niggas will have that mentality even in a relationship. And I feel like a relationship will never work. If you can't communicate, that needs to be worked on. But you need to put in the fucking effort to learn how to communicate. That is a basic life skill. Basic. Knowing how to communicate and articulate your feelings, what's on your mind, is something you should have worked on and perfected in middle school, and then high school should have been practice. You come into college, don't know how to tell people you sad. Now come on, friend.
So, we cut to the chase. No beating around the bush. This is the first guy I'm naked for, and like, just whatever. I do what I do. He was terrible. He was terrible at work. Like, he was like the type. He just didn't give a fuck.
Oh no.
He treated me like I was average. Yeah, it was so bad.
I love that. He treated me like I was average.
Treated me like I'm average. He did not care if I was ready or not, sexually ready or not.
Yeah.
He did not give a fuck. Yeah, so he put one finger in, a dry finger.
Oh my gosh.
And then he did this. Watch my fingers. Watch my fingers, y'all. He did this. He said, "Oh, you straight." I'm not joking. A finger, one.
Like she's wet, so she's ready to go. Like, oh, okay, you're done. Yeah, you're done now.
He checked.
Yeah, this nigga said the cake is ready. Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I'm just still young as fuck, so I don't even know what wet is. I still think it's supposed to really hurt. So, you know, dry pain, wet pain, same thing, first time around, I don't know. So, we get down to like trying to have sex. So, obviously it's just not, I'm a virgin. Nobody has ever, nothing has ever happened. Your finger, your literal one finger, I have not been open. So, he was just trying, and I was obviously screaming. Like, this is a thing. And, I'm small. I'm a small person. And I was obviously smaller back then, too. So, it was just, it did not. I was just screaming. And then he was like, is it in?
Oh, wow.
He was confused as fuck. He was like, is it going in? Why isn't it working? Like, this nigga was not, he wasn't. So,
Fuck. What am I really going with this? That was just it was just so bad. It was just so bad. It was just so, ooh, that was so bad of me.
What do you think you got from it?
From that, just learning when to call the shots. Definitely now, people say I'm mean. Boys say, oh, Ricka, you're so mean. But, I'm not trying to say, oh, niggas made me this way. Because that's just corny, a Twitter.
But that's true. Honestly, that's honest.
But, it's real. It's real. Just learning what I want when I want it. As far as, anything, though. Friendship, relationship. Whatever I want. I'm going to lay down the law. What else I learned from it? Don't let nobody pressure you into nothing you don't want to do. Don't, think that you have to do something because it's cool, because it's not. Well, it's cool for them, but, if it's not cool for you, it's not cool for you type thing. That's really what I learned, and I'm appreciative.
Okay.
Can we do?
I fucking hate y'all.
Oh, God. I'm back on camera. One thing that I absolutely hate that I just really want to piggyback on is just, sorry, what am I trying to say? Just the inconsistency of it all. And just, how do you wake up? I really hate how they function. How do you wake up one day and just not care about anybody anymore?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Why do you not, where were the signs? Where were the signs? I don't understand. How do you wake up one day and you just stop talking to the person? Or how do you, you just feel so angry, you don't know how to, niggas are just twisted. Why do you play with, don't play with women. That's my number one thing. Just say what you want up front, and I know that, well, if I say what I want up front, you ain't gonna give me what I want. Then find it somewhere the hell else. Don't look over here then. Because we on 2 different pages. You gonna confuse me. I don't like to be confused. That makes me angry. Don't do that. It's, like, men just gonna be so angry with that. And just, oh, you guys are so stupid.
Hold on. Okay, go.
Another thing I hate, which is actually a lot of my guy friends. This isn't even, like, niggas I've talked to, some of them are like this too. But, and my father has these qualities, and I realize, not even the guys I talk to, like, my guy friends actually have some qualities like my dad, but it's actually the qualities I don't like. Leave your head.
I'm sorry.
I get that very often. I'll be like, well, I really, because I can communicate how I feel. I'll be like, I really don't fuck with what you just said. Like, I hate what you just said. Like, I don't like it. And niggas will be like, okay, well, what you want me to do?
What you want me to say?
First of all,
not that.
Fuck you. That's usually my initial response. I really just be like, well, fuck you. And they'll be like, well, no, really, what you, if you give me the answer, you tell me what you want me to do, da 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 da. And it's like, most of the time, like 50% of the time, I have an answer in my head. I don't feel comfortable saying it to you because I feel like you just be like, nah, that's too much. And now I just like kind of lost somebody, or now it's like a disconnect. And if I don't have an answer, I just feel like you should figure out, because I mean, you fucked up, why I gotta fix it? Why do I have to tell you how to fix it? That don't make sense to me. It doesn't. And it's like, my guy friends, they're like that. I actually really do hate it, because I just feel like, in any case, if I feel like something's off, then you should fix it, especially if it's your fault.
Okay. Yeah, so he wasn't even really familiar with the vagina for real. He didn't know how to get inside. He probably never has like had sex with a virgin, or just like found his way inside, you know. So it didn't end up. He gave up. He did give up.
Wow, that is sad.
Yeah. So he gave up.
Okay.
I felt like a half-open bag of chips. Yeah, that's what it truly felt like, a half-open. Cause like he got somewhere, but I was still a virgin for sure. And I just felt like defeated. And I don't know why, but he asked for head like again, and this was just like,
yeah, who's surprised?
Yeah, it was just this was the first person that like head was given to. So I was, you know, that was a fun task. So I was like, whatever. And he was my ride home. It was a very terrible situation.
I feel her.
And it gets worse. And it gets worse. And there's more. So yeah, I was doing that, and I was just so disgusted with like him, and I was disgusted with myself, and I was disgusted with like just the situation in general. So I feel like out of disgust, I threw up. I definitely threw up, vomited, not everywhere, but it was vomit places, and so.
Oh, that's the most horrible thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, so I threw up, cause I was just done. I was done. It wasn't supposed to be a thing, so it did get on him, and
This was during. I thought you would. Wait, was this during sex or like in the car? It was like in the.
This was wild still.
So this nigga. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the opt out of getting head, like giving out head. You know, just kidding. Don't ever do that. It was not meant to happen. I was disgusted with myself and him in the situation. So he gets in the shower, and he was not tripping at first. He was not really tripping for real. He was just more concerned about like the way the vomit looked.
Oh my God, what do you mean?
It was scary. It was scary. So anyways, he got in the shower. He's like, no, it's no big deal, whatever. I'm gonna get in the shower and I'm gonna drop it off. And then I was just in his room while he was taking a shower, just embarrassed as fuck. And then I texted my friend Shay, the one that he was talking about in the car prior, mind you, because Shay becomes very important. I texted my friend Shay, and I was like, bro, like, the plan didn't work out, nothing even happened, and the worst part is, like, I threw up on him. And then, she was like, oh my gosh, like, get out of there, da 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 da.
Get out of there!
And then she was like, I was like, this is my ride home, and she was like, no, this is terrible. Like, she's panicking for me.
Wow.
He gets out of the shower, and he has like this terrible, terrible attitude. And he's just getting ready, silent as fuck, and I was just like on the corner of the bed, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And then he was like, nah, it's cool. Getting dressed, obviously. And then he was like, so is your friend Shay talking to anybody? Yeah. No. And then I was like, he was like, what's up with, like, hook me up with your friend Shay. That was his exact words. And then I was like, she is talking to somebody. And then he was like, well, this is like the least you can do to repay me for what you did, like for going up.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I was just like, laughed it out. I don't know how I got out of that conversation, but I was like, let's get in the car now. I'm ready to go. So we're driving.
Oh God.
We're driving, and I got the GPS on to go to my sister's school that's like closer than back home. So I just like tell him to drop me out there. The GPS is on, and then he was like, where do I turn next? And I was telling him, and he took the phone from my hand. Mind you, I'm texting Shay about him saying, oh, he wants you, and like he's talking about I need to repay him for like throwing up, and then he grabs the phone, and then he was like, give me Shay's number, and or he was like, call Shay now. And then he was like, y'all like the best of friends, aren't y'all? You can hook this up, you can do it, And he would not give me my phone back. We park, finally get to the destination because he is using the GPS to get there. We park, and I'm like, okay, so can I get my phone back? Like, I'm furious at this point. You've taken my phone, you've like disrespected me, and you're trying to get at my friend. It's just all terrible things at once. I'm like, give me my phone back, I'm trying to leave like your car. And he was like, call Shay first, and then I'll give your phone back. Yeah. So I call Shay, she's at work, and she was like, I'm so glad you're out of there. Like, I was so worried for you. Like, stay away from him. She's just spilling all on. Mind you, he said put it on speaker.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, Shay. She's like, I'm trying to, interrupt, make sure she's not saying the wrong thing, but everything was spilling out. And then she finally stopped talking. I was like, Shay, I'm on speakerphone, and I'm on the phone with so-and-so. I'm not going to disclose his name. I'm here with so-and-so, and he can hear you too. And he was like, she said, okay. And then he grabbed the phone, and then he was like, so what's up with you? And then she was like, what do you mean? He was like, so I'm trying to like chill, I'm trying to meet up with you, like come see me type shit. And then she was like, I'm at work right now, so I really can't talk. And then he was like, but you talking on the phone right now, aren't you? You were just talking to her, weren't you? And it just got really violent. It got very, very violent.
This is really ridiculous.
Yeah. And then she was just like, fine, like just like let me get off the phone because my boss will come in. I'll tell Key to give you my number. She just wanted to escape the situation just like I did. And then he's like, all right. And then she hangs up, and he doesn't give me the phone back. He goes into my contacts, gets Shay's contact, and then he gives it back. And then he was like, he was talking about on my way out, he said something like, I need gas money from you, or else I'm gonna expose you, like, to everyone over, like, what happened. And, yeah.
Wow.
And the job was still not done. But after all of that, the job was still not done.
Wow.
So, yeah, he got blocked. I haven't heard from him since.
Wow.
I really want to give this.
That really, actually, out of all things, inconsistency is actually taking a second to pride, because I don't know how to deal with it yet. I'm not at the point in my life where I could be like, this is how to fix it, this is how to solve it. I don't know how to suppress it. I don't know how to, because I have it too. I do have pride, but it's like I could push my pride aside. It takes me a few days, which probably isn't the best. And like, if I get married, it won't be good for anything to take a few days. But now, I can. But it's like the people I find myself attracted to can't. Absolutely can't. And it's like, somebody explain to me why. If you like me and you feel that I've done something wrong or I'm upset, you really can't. And then I start thinking, like, am I not worth it for you to put your pride aside for me? Like, is there something wrong with me? Like, why? Like, you can put your pride aside for a hoe and be like, yeah, I'm gonna hit her up, da, 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 da. But you're not gonna do that for me, somebody you actually like, somebody that you damn near love. Because I mean, I can feel it when somebody loves me, whether you say it or not. I know when there is love there, but you can't put your pride aside for me.
Yeah.
And then this was crazy. You know, I'm not like these other girls. You know, I'm not gonna do you wrong at the end of the day, and you know that I genuinely care about you. You know all of this. You know it for a fact. Like, if somebody was like, well, how Gariel feel about you, you could be like, with confidence, be like, she love me, she give a fuck about me, she not gonna let me just do anything. Like, she has my best interest, and you gonna do it like that? Like, cheating, that's a problem. I mean, that's just a problem I'm gonna have regardless, because I do have that all niggas ain't shit like mentality. I do. However, I could put it aside and I will give a guy a chance. I don't think all niggas ain't shit and I'm never gonna give him a chance. I just think, you know, I'm not gonna be surprised about anything. I mean, cheating, it happens. That's not even a pet peeve for real. Like, I'm gonna be upset if it happens, obviously. I'm not saying I'm okay with it. I'm just not surprised at it.
See, and this, the answer to this is really half and half. Yes, I value it. But I also feel like, as women, take control, you know what I mean? Do what you want to do, just be safe about it, and just make sure, like, that's what you want to do, you know what I mean? Don't not have sex because you're going to be viewed as a hoe. Like, that's your business. As long as I feel like, if you're being safe, you're not being nasty and, like, trying to hurt people or just being nasty with it, you're perfectly fine. I value it. But, I mean, if there's a guy and, like, we don't go out, but we're, like, kind of talking, I wouldn't necessarily see a problem, like, if I wanted to have sex with him. But that would be my business. I'm going to be safe about it. I'm going to do what I want to do. Then again, if I don't want to have sex with him, then I don't. But how do I say this? But I value it in the sense where I'd prefer to be in a relationship, you know what I mean? And I really didn't value it until my junior year, when, like, I got another boyfriend, like a solidified boyfriend, and he was just everything to me. And he just made me feel special as far as emotionally, physically, spiritually, like, we were there, you know what I mean? That's how I see it.